So is people are there or left? There 20 people are there. Okay. So what is this SSH? I will explain very simple way. Um, this is my Linux server. Normally, people put a Linux server in the server room only. So this is my Linux machine or a Linux server or Linux one, whatever it is, you put it. This is my Linux server, physical machine. Like this is physical access. The two GUI access I'm doing. Okay, this is physical machine. In my network, I have a Windows systems, Linux systems, are like that. Okay, so here first example we'll take a in our scenario we'll take in our example or our scenario whatever it is, we take Windows system first because my physical machine is Windows system. My physical machine is Windows system. Okay, if your physical machine is Mac or Linux machine, then direct SSH protocol is there. Just search in any Google or anything. So try to find it. Okay, or you can directly download putty if Mac for Mac is available. Okay, so here it is. This is my Windows 10. This is my Windows 10. How to communicate like this? This is in my network. This is in the server room. So I can't go to server room to manage. Right, this is my a special server room is there, restriction access. So this Linux PC having an IP address, right? This having a IP address. First note down the IP address. In Windows 10, either in the CMD or in a application is called a putty. Putty is a simple application and you don't need to install in your PC also. Just download and you can open, you can use it. Put this IP address in the putty and with the SSH protocol. We use SSH protocol for Linux to connect. SSH telnet. Okay. Remember guys, SSH telnet RDP. Okay, one of the thing is RDP, VNC. These are all for a remote access purpose. SSH and telnet are text-based access. These two are a text-based. Text means CLI. RDP, VNC are a GUI like this. Okay, graphical user interface is there. These are two text-based, and SSH secure shell. SSH secure shell, it means data encryption is there. Data encryption. Telnet, no data encryption. Port number. What is the port number for SSH?
22.
Port number for SSH.
23.
22. Very good. At least you remember. Good. Some number. Telnet port number.
23.
This is 23. Okay. Good. That's why I said good. You are almost near. Okay. So guys, don't forget the port number. It is very easy to tell in interviews. Okay. No data encryption. Plain text format you can able to send it. So that is the main difference between SSH and telnet. Both are CLI based. Okay. CLI based remote access kind of stuff. Okay. So that is very important. So putty is an application to connect remote machines with IP address or a host name with protocol SSH or a telnet or login like that. It is also there. So what will happen? So I established a connection request will go to the server and SSH like that. Guys, SSH communication is not like, yeah, come and connect. It's not like that one. SSH works with the keys. keys. SSH works with keys. In our server, you have SSH keys are there. Okay, the keys, one is private key and another one is public key. Private key and public key. So when the communication must be there between these two machines, when you want a communication between these two machines, you have to share the keys. You have to share the keys. First of all, you should generate these keys. You should generate these keys. How to do it? We'll see. SSH and telnet are remote access protocols. Okay. SSH secure shell, port number 22. Port number 22. Okay. Now SSH is encryption, data encryption. I am telling so many times, 2-3 times. You must remember data encryption is there. It use RSA 2048 algorithm hash to encrypt the data. Okay, so SSH having keys. One is private key and another one is public key. Okay, the lot of things are there in a key kind of stuff concept. So we'll see that one later. Linux to Linux that time SSH key sharing kind of stuff. But here we'll see first of all generate generation of keys in a Linux server. In Linux server, what we are doing, I log in with the root. You can log in with any user, guys, no problem. Which user you are connecting, that user. So first is root login. The command is ssh-keygen. Normally it is asking so many questions, which path, like that kind of stuff. You can do it. ls space -a. Your pwd must be /root and check the ls space -a. Okay. Find out any location of .ssh folder is there or not. If it is not there, no problem. If it is there, no problem. Only do enter kind of stuff. Okay, while I'm doing, don't get confused. That's what I'm saying. Again, ls space -a. Then you will find .ssh folder. Okay. Now ls space .ssh, you can find the keys. Okay, public key and private key. 2 keys you will find it. Totally 4 things are there. Now it is only 2 keys. We will go for it. Okay. Next. Now go to Windows 10 PC. So Windows PC. Download putty.exe. Here I am downloading only putty.exe. Also like that we can putty.exe. Okay, then open putty and IP address of your Linux. Okay, and like the settings, SSH option. So I will show you. So by directly find out IP address also is important, right? So not only this. Okay, also check IP address. How to check IP address in Linux? Command for IP
If
address
ifconfig
or IP space addr. Okay, note down the IP address. So I'm doing here first admin @123. Okay, ls space -a. Look at .ssh. Can you able to see any .ssh in here? It is not there, right? No problem. So ls space -a. Second one is ssh-keygen, generate the key. Now it is asking, do you want to save key in the /root/.ssh/id_sh? This is the private key. First one is private key. I'm not doing anything, guys. Enter. Okay. Do you want to put a password for this one? Okay. Any extra password to open these keys? No, I'm not doing any password. No passwords. Enter. Enter. Now RSA 248 is generating a random key. So this is the fingerprint, key fingerprint. This is the pub file. This is the public file. This is the public file location. This is the public file location, and this is the fingerprint key for our user and the computer name. Okay. Now completed. ls space -a. Can you see .ssh? Yeah, here it is. .ssh folder is there. It is a hidden folder. That's why I put a .ssh. You can see two files. id_rsa, id_pub. You want to read it, you can read it. Like I put a less .ssh id_rsa. So see, this is the a key file, private key file. Okay, it's a RSA private key file. Q. .pub. So this is the pub file. It is public file which we can able to share to others. Of course, we are not using, guys. We are not using Linux to Linux base. So we are using Linux to Windows only. So what we are doing? Simply first download the one more IP address finding. Ifconfig. So ifconfig, find out exactly what is your IP address. ENS33, and this is my IP address. That's the first when I install operating system, I note down my IP address, right? So this is my IP address to show you this one only. Okay, that is my IP address. So 139. So note down that IP address, or you can use IP addr because it's a CentOS. See, this is my IP address. You can understand which is your IP address based on your connectivity and all. Okay. So that is my IP address. Now what I'm going to do is minimize the virtual machine and minimize everything. Okay. I have a lot of putties are there, but I want to show you how to download a putty, right? So go to Google, put a putty. So putty.org, open this link. Putty.org, open this link. Download putty. You can download putty, click by here. Okay. Guys, you can download these MSI packages. Also, you can download like this one, 64-bit MSI package. You can download, but I am downloading .exe, 64-bit .exe this packet. Okay. You can copy the link and put the link here. This is the link. So directly you can open this link. So you will get download putty.exe directly, or you can download like you can use this upper link to download based on your choice. Okay, so I'm giving both the links. Okay, or you can choose which link you want to do it. So this is you have to download. So once you download it, okay, once you are download, so I am downloading. Otherwise, mine download will be late. Okay, so this fee download manager will download now. So it is a very small file. Guys, wherever you download it, wherever it is downloaded, put the file. Put your putty on desktop. On the desktop. Put means copy, or a put is easy. Put putty.exe on desktop. Like this, it is showing somewhere already exist. Okay, skip it. So right on desktop. Okay, so now open the putty. Open the putty. Wherever the putty is there, just open the putty. Putty.exe. Here is IP address of the Linux. Okay, IP address of the Linux. So very good. IP address of the Linux PC 139. So you can put it. And I'm connecting with the SSH. We can also use serial, others, telnet, or login, raw, like this is also there. But I'm using SSH port number 22. Okay. And you can click open directly, or you can save the session also. So what I'm saving, say it yes, 13 Linux 1. I'm going to save it with this name. With this name, I'm going to save it. Or I have to edit something. Just I will edit later. Like a open. Click open. See, and it is appear a security. You must accept it or connect once. Connect once means whenever you're connecting again, it asks again. Every time it will ask. If you accept it, it won't ask again and again. So I accept it. Then you can see it is my window. Once you are open, if you like it, you can use these things like login root, and I put a password. Guys, the text, the color, and all is look like very small, right? You can edit it by like this. Click here, go to change settings, go to appearance, change bold 16 or 18. I put 18 for me. So like this, see how it is beautifully showing. So here it is. ls space -a. See that lines you can able to clear. This is my Linux. Okay. Who am I? Not only this, guys. This is the root, right? So this is I log in as a root. Okay. You can for a student one, like a student also, you can generate the key. Without generating key also directly, we can create it. So same thing. Already I saved this one, right? Saved. Click load. Next time, what I'm going to do is click appearance. I change my appearance before I open only. I change my appearance before I open, including colors also I'm changing. So default foreground. Foreground means what I am going to see, that is the black in color. Default bold foreground black means first two are black. The third one is I want to put a white. Okay. And also I'm going to session again, save the settings, open. See, it is showing like a white color, right? Student 13A. Student 13A password. Be careful when you are typing a password in a CLI. See, this is who am I? Student who are logging. So where I am logging, see, this is one screen. This is another one. This is my root. This is my student. Both are there. Look at here. Both are there. Like this. From my desktop, from my Windows machine, I'm logging to my remote Linux machine. And most of the Linux things we do with a CLI only. So we don't require this GUI also. Okay. So we'll keep that GUI thing there only, and also you can able to access from here. You can, if you put a shutdown command here, it will shut down. Okay, like this. So this is putty. SSH communication. Through SSH, we can able to communicate. Here only I open two putties, one for a root, another for a student also. So next from next things what we do practicals, all practicals we do with this one only. Guys, understand SSH concept? This is the Linux server. I log into Linux server from my Windows using putty application. Protocol is SSH, port number is 22 with IP address. I log in with the root and as well as I log in with the student in a separate putty sessions. Okay?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, in Linux, I trying to use like Mozilla Firefox, right?
In Linux, you got a browser is Mozilla Firefox. Yes.
Yeah, trying to use Mozilla Firefox, but in there it is also asking like web ID address and all, like act internet ID and password.
Okay, your internet is ACT.
Yeah,
Yes.
anything. But the problem is that Linux will have separate public ID and my Windows will have separate public ID, right?
No.
Will they have same? Will they have the same one?
No. Yeah, it is depends upon your router is not configured properly. The configuration means, yeah, this is your router and
Yes,
this
sir.
is your ACT connection, WAN connection, WAN connector. Okay, WAN. First of all, in your router, so the modem part, you should give your ACT ID properly. Okay, and the password, ID, ACT
Okay.
ID and a ACT password properly. Then automatically it will dial. It won't ask you ACT ID and password to your any of the machine, either it is Windows or a Linux machine, it won't ask. You are connected to your own LAN network here through Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Okay. So whether it is this one or that one, so like this. This is yeah, one more point. You ask one question, right? That is, this is your physical machine, this is your virtual machine Linux.
Yes.
But you got IP address to your physical machine. From same router, you will get an IP address to virtual machine through VMNet 0. Okay.
Like if I sign into this, will the will I get signed out from the like physical machine itself?
No, no, it
No,
won't.
no.
No. One thing, this is the story. First of all, properly configure your router. If in case you didn't configure the router, you didn't configure your ACT ID in the router, you're directly connected and you have to log in. Okay.
Yes, sir.
For example, your mobile phone, you're open, you have to log in. Your laptop, you're open, you have to log in. Okay. And now what happened in virtual machine, you're open a website and it is asking for login. Mine is also ACT. Okay. Mine is also ACT. So a website is open and immediately ACT login, it will ask, right? So
Yeah.
normally means it's one time login, means this is entirely one network. In the network, at least one user must log in first to the ACT user ID password. Remaining machines not required to log in, because once you log in, network is established, so then automatically all others will get internet. All
Yes.
will get internet. Okay, no need to log in again and again for every device. Understand? Are totally confused. Router configuration must be given, then no problem. If you are not given in a router configuration, at least one device, either in mobile phone or your laptop, you should log into your ACT with your ID and password. That's it. It is not required to log in and again for each and every device. That is the thing. Yeah, that's it, guys, for it now. So compulsory, everybody do first putty configuration. Okay. This is my Fox. Close tabs. Okay. So from afternoon, I will show you how to use the putty also. That's it. What to do now? So I have to stop the stop recording.